Education, Mr. Hemchand, Ministry of Education officials. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to our chief guest.
Of course, we are coming with a lot of positive elements. The first one is the rain. We have a lot of rain in Belgium, so it's my pleasure to come with such a gift and to give you a part of our Belgian rain today. Yeah, it's the first element. The second element that due to the fact that it was possible to organize in our embassy some concerts and some activities, we have collected some funds, of course, to help this school, because we are knowing that Fiji is a beautiful island, a lot of beautiful islands, because there are many, but sometimes receiving a lot of winds, and very smooth winds is not a problem, but a cyclone like Winston is more difficult. And so I'm very pleased to hand over, maybe this one is a symbolic one, but it's a real one. It's a check of 32,750 Fiji's dollars to the primary school of Viseisei, and with the support of some Belgian companies, it was possible to do that. So I will hand over maybe to the Minister of Education such a check for the school. We have some kind of other products in Belgium, and I'm very proud to come to a school with some books. We are specialized in comics, and so we have a very famous worldwide, maybe Tintin. Maybe some have seen the movie by Steven Spielberg on Tintin, but it's a very specific people involved in the different stories. So I'm very pleased to give also for the schools a lot of those books. You will see they are very strange stories, and it will be interesting maybe to discover all those stories in a lot of books. It's through some pictures. In fact, we have here a small book with all the different ways to discover Belgium through photography. Sorry for such an exercise to come down and to go up, but it's maybe one of the last. So here there are also some books with not too many texts, but a very important number of pictures.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a historic beginning of the year 2017. And I want to thank Honorable Deputy Prime Minister Reinders for starting 2017 for Ministry of Education in this note. Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, as alluded to earlier on, your country has a population of 11 million, while we have a population less than 1 million. Your country has a per capita GDP of about $44,000 US, while we have a per capita GDP of about $4,000 US. Your visit to Fiji, your presence here at one of our primary schools is a symbol, indication of your commitment to Fiji or small island states. Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, we have our own challenges. It's a small state. We also have opportunities which we are exploiting to see how Fiji could be a leader amongst the Pacific Island countries. We have an education system which is now being emulated by the small states in the Pacific region, in the Caribbean, as well as the small states of African region. We are the first Pacific Island countries to undertake major reforms to our education system to ensure that we honor the right to education that is enshrined in our 2018 Constitution. Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Viseisei Bainimarama, is very particular about ensuring that all children in Fiji have access to education up to first degree in the tertiary institution. In this regard, Honorable Prime Minister and our government have made education free in this country, a model which is now being emulated by other countries in the Pacific region. Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, we have about 900 primary schools, over 1,000 early childhood centers, a number of tertiary institutions, which includes 2 large universities, the largest being the Fiji National University, our own national university, and the second largest is the regional university, the University of the South Pacific, of which Fiji is a major stakeholder, which contributes of the member country contribution, 80% of the total member country contribution made by Fiji. And we also have a private university here right in Lautoka. These are the 3 major tertiary institutions apart from other small institutions like nursing colleges, etc. In addition to that, Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, we also have campuses of technical college throughout Fiji to cater for students who have an aptitude in technical education. Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, some 2 to 3 decades back, for some reason or the other, children tended to shy away from technical education, and that has resulted in a major shortage of skilled personnel, not only in Fiji but in the region, and also we see this a common phenomena throughout the globe. We have now ensured that we do not want to force children to only take the pathway of higher education if they don't have an aptitude or interest in that particular area. It is in this regard that we have established Technical College of Fiji with campuses throughout Fiji. At the moment we have got 12 campuses which offers certificate 2 level of qualification in a range of technical areas, for example cookery, hospitality, electrical, mechanical, carpentry, joinery, etc. The qualifications that are offered out of these technical college campuses are recognized and accredited by the Higher Education Commission, and therefore follows the qualifications framework that we have, and also which is mirrored on the Australian qualifications framework. Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, we have inherited an education system with quite a degree of disparity amongst schools based on geographical location. Over the last 2 years, we have tried to ensure that we remove this disparity so that wherever the children are, they get the same quality of education. Unlike larger countries, we have got schools in small islands. We've got close to 150 islands which are habited. We have got schools in most of these islands. So it's quite a bit of a challenge to ensure that we have quality infrastructure in schools in those islands, primary or high school, as we have in schools in the urban area. If we are not able to remove this disparity, we will see gradually these islands emptying out and parents moving with their children to urban area, thus putting a lot of pressure on urban amenities, as well as kind of affecting our government's plan to decentralize and also utilize to full potential the land and resources, other resources that we have in these islands and rural interior. So it is in this regard that we have started to improve the infrastructure in the rural and maritime zone. We have also, in the free education program, to ensure that children are able to have access to schools, we are providing free transport assistance. So children originating from low-income households are able to get bus fare coupons so that they can go to school and come back. There are children who are attending schools from islands where there is no road transport and they need to use sea transport. For these children, we are providing boat and engine to these schools, which will enable the children to attend a school from different islands or from one end of the island to the other. So, Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, we have an education system where we are now, we can proudly say that we have removed all obstacles for education of our children. We want an educated society. We want the future Fijian society to be based on knowledge as a base. We want individuals in future Fijian society to make decisions based on logic, reasoning, and ability to analyze facts. We believe that education is the greatest equalizer. We strongly believe that through education, we will be able to raise living standards and move households out of hardship and poverty. Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, it is in this regard that we are strengthening our education system, and this government has invested 20% of its overall budget towards education. The UNESCO benchmark is around 14%. We have invested 20% of the overall budget towards education. Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, you are a very experienced politician. You would have noted that generally in the early stages of development of a country, they tend to shy away from investing in education because you don't see visible output which will translate into votes. But our government has decided that for stability, long-term prosperity, we need to invest in education. And it is with this regard that our government has decided that we will make education our #1 priority. We have noted, Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, that quite a bit of disparity in the country is because we were not providing equal opportunities for children to gain education. Not only tertiary education, but primary education as well. It is with this fact in mind that our government has decided that every child should be given opportunity to obtain education up to at least first degree in a university without having to worry about who will fund their studies. Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, your gesture today to provide the basic funding of $32,750 Fijian dollars to the school may look small for your country, but it is a great and big support and big assistance to our country in this school here. Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, on behalf of our Prime Minister, on behalf of the school management here, I want to thank you and thank you to the people of Belgium as well. And I do hope that your country's quest to get a seat in UN non-permanent seat will definitely come to fruition. With these words, I want to wish you a very enjoyable and a productive short trip here in Fiji. And I want to thank you for being the first minister from Belgium to visit Fiji. and I do hope that this will pave way for other ministers from the European Union to visit Fiji. And I want to note here that your assistance through European Union is quite significant and have made a significant impact on Fiji and the Pacific region as well. With these words, thank you very much. Naka.
Okay. Momo, to sama yun.
Make it.
This one, I'm sure. Just to take this off. So we go there. And there, on both sides?
Yeah, both sides. Naka.
Thank you.